Good morning, good morning, good morning. When I wake up early on a Sunday morning and I have to miss class on, I think it's going to be Wednesday, and I have to make notes, I drink Burger's coffee. It's delicious. It's delectable. It's delightful. Yo, Brugers, I didn't get any money from the last commercial I made. I'm still waiting for my royalty check. Is that Danzig coming in late? Come on. No, Banano. Julio, did you do your homework, Julio? Yo, Julio, did you do your homework? No more hundreds on tests until you get your 100 homework in. I'm just kidding, man. You can get hundreds on tests. All right, kids, here we go. I know you guys are sad. I know you're upset that I'm not there. I'm apologizing right now. I brought the old man in. Huh? If he's standing right next to me right now, he should be. We look like twins. Damn, I'm getting old quick. Oops, I said the D word. Nobody turn me in, please. All right, you guys ready to roll? Let's see how quickly I can get through this stuff so that you guys can get started on your homework. Because I know you're like, I'm thinking, man, if I could just get started on my homework quickly, that would be awesome. Because I like doing homework. Right? And I'm not able to scroll down for some reason. That's going to be sort of a problem. Oh, now I can scroll down. Now. Whoa, crazy. All right, we're good. All right, good. Some morning jitters. I guess my computer didn't have its Brugger's coffee. Otherwise, it would be awake when I tried to work on it. It's like genius comedy right here. It's almost comedy hour. I should just do comedy lessons. All right, we'll get to math. I don't know what happened to my drawing utensil. Boom, draw. There we go. Got to solve for cosine. It's really complicated. Subtract 1. Wow, those are some serious writing problems there. So I get 2 cosine theta equals 2. Still got to solve for cosine. Cosine theta equals 1. And we'll draw our picture. And we'll go up and down and up and down. And we'll draw a nice, beautiful cosine curve. What's that, Mrs. Kite? I didn't draw the right curve? You're kidding me. You mean you found another one of my mistakes? Oh, it's so good having you in class. You're relentless, kid. Leave me alone, man. Seriously. Oh, I'm just kidding. Where's my eraser? I didn't even see it. Thank you, Mrs. Kite, for pointing out my mistakes. I really appreciate that. You're so amazing. Awesome. All right, let's go to green. Maybe I won't make mistakes. So when I come over here, in all seriousness, please draw the cosine curve like that. Where this is 0, this is 90, 180, 270, and bam, 360. So it equals 1 at 0 and 360. And I'm going to tell you right now, be careful on your homework, because over here, let me grab my highlighter, because I know you guys like highlighting, because it looks cool. Over here I said not equal to 360, but I think on the homework, I think I said 360, because I forgot I did that, and then, of course, when I'm making the answer key and I'm like slamming in, the answer, because this could be 0 and 360, but since these things say not equal to 360, I'll just put a 0 degrees. Whew, tough. Let's go to number 2. Number 2. Wow. I don't have anything to do. Now, if I wanted to, I could put in cosine of 1/2, or inverse cosine of 1/2 in my calculator. But, oh, yeah, that felt good. Brugger is, no, never. I know that theta equals a 30-degree reference angle whenever cosine equals 1/2. However, we are at negative, and this is cosine. So cosine is negative in these two quadrants, excuse me. Wow, that's just a lot of fun. 30 degrees and 30 degrees. So to get in the second quadrant, I subtract from 180. To get in the third quadrant, I add to 180. Nothing's new here. 180 minus 30 is 150. 180 plus 30 is 210 degrees. Okay. All right. So secant theta equals 3 when I subtract the 2 over. And just like before, cosine and sine can't be bigger than 3. Or bigger than 1, excuse me. But secant and cosecant can. So that means I'm going to have to come over here, do a little inverse cosecant, inverse secant of 3. And I get 70.528. 70.528. So theta equals 70.528. Now I would go write the rest of them, but I think the directions said round to the nearest degree. They do. So my answer here is simply 71 degrees. Now I would go on, except I know Miss Kite's got her hand up again in the back of the area going, but Mr. Krause, isn't secant the same as cosine? And, well, it's really inverse of cosine. I know that. And then Russell is actually the one feeding her all the answers next to her. He's like, Russell's over there going, yeah, and don't forget to say that cosine and secant are positive in the fourth quadrant, so you got to get the fourth quadrant angle. And since Miss Peggs is slammed in between them two brainiacs back there, she's probably going, oh yeah, just take 316 subtract 1. So take 316 subtract 71. That'll give you that angle in the fourth quadrant. I know that. I'm so smart. So, I don't know. 360 minus 71. What is that? 289? I'm going to guess 289. I'm going to go check it on the calculator, but I think it's 289. So, let's just do it. Come on, bam. 360 minus 71 degrees, 289. Oh, man. Math skills are amazing. So, yes, 289. Don't forget. You gotta find, it's almost always gonna be two angles unless it's 1 or 0, and then it's kind of crazy. I can do this one 2 different ways. I'll do it this way. I'll factor it, because I like to factor. Factorings are fun, our friends. Factorings are friends. So cosine of theta plus 2. Cosine of theta minus 2. This gives me cosine of theta equals negative 2. This gives me cosine of theta equals positive 2. That was amazing. Empty set. Ooh, that one's really good. And that one looks like, I don't know. That looks like maybe someone in my class did it. Alright, let's keep going. Those are empty set. Why empty set? Because cosine cannot be larger or smaller than negative 1. Or larger than 1. That's factor. But I don't like the factor, Mr. Krause. I told you have to learn how to factor. Cosine theta. It's a positive 10, so they both have to have the same sign. And since the middle's negative, they both got to be negative. What multiplies to 10 that adds up to 11? Wow, very complicated. This one gives me cosine theta equals 1. This one gives me cosine theta equals 10. This will not yield any solutions. We know that cosine equals 1 at 0 and 360. I'm not allowed to include 360. That problem's over. Let's keep going. The fun just never ends in mathematics. It's like one fun problem after another. Cosine theta. Cosine theta. You old guy, you awake? I don't know which side you're on. You old guy, you awake? You're probably over there. Wake up. No sleeping on a job. He's probably drinking coffee, but he doesn't have delicious Brugger's coffee like I do. It's delicioso. He's probably got like McDonald's coffee or coffee from home. But that's okay. It's okay, CS. -3 plus 1. What do you guys agree? I hope you agree. This is cosine equals 3. Cosine theta equals 3. Not going to give me any answers. This one gives me cosine theta equals -1. Let me just remind you when we draw our cosine curve, and since I don't want somebody yelling at me, I will draw it correctly. Cosine equals -1 halfway through this curve. Halfway through this curve is 180 degrees. So my answer is 180 degrees. Woohoo! What the heck is that? I can't get cosine equal to secant. I don't know what to do, Mr. Krause. Does anybody have any questions in class? Does anybody have the answer to this question? This is me waiting and waiting. Does anybody know what to do with this one problem? Nick! You got it? No? No, Kite, put your hand down. Put your hand down, Kite. Put your hand down. Nobody cares. How about you, Miss West? I know, it's a tricky question. I'm just kidding. Hey, Wilmot, you awake? You taking notes? Yo, Kate, hit him. Make sure he's taking notes. Let's see here. Eyes and annoying? Eyes and annoying. You got the answer? I'll bet you do. What's that? Oh, yeah, you're right. Isn't cosine or secant just the inverse or the reciprocal of, not the inverse, but the reciprocal of cosine? Oh, it sure is. It's just really 1 over cosine. You are so smart. You can do whatever you want to do. You're amazing. Excuse me. Oh, sorry. Some reason I got a little sick there. Just kidding. All right, let's cross multiply. We're going to do this. We're going to cross multiply. So we get cosine squared theta equals 1. For those of you that are wondering why I'm picking on my first period class, is because they're the ones that actually have to listen to this instead of having me amazingly teach them in class. Let me bust out my red. I could pick on other classes, but they gotta listen to this crap for the whole however long this takes. It's not gonna take that long. We're almost done. Plus or minus, when we take the square root, we put the plus or minus. When we take the square root, we put the plus or minus. And when we take the square root, we put the plus or minus. Or we're going to fail the Regents exam. Let me draw my curve, because I am sick at drawing the cosine curve. It's 1 here, it's 1 here, and it's -1 down here. Since we can't use 360, I will throw that out. So my answers are 0 degrees and 180 degrees. Amazing. Wow, that kind of chipped off there. What am I going to do on this problem? Miss O'Brien, what would you do? I hope I'm looking in the right direction, because I really have no idea. I think I am. What's that you say? Factor out a cosine? You're amazing too. Did the banano yell that in your ear? I call him Banano. I can't ever know if it's Banano, Banuno. Julio! How you doing, buddy? You still awake? We're going to factor out a cosine because that's the GCF. And when I factor out a cosine, I'm left with cosine. What the heck am I doing? I think I did this problem wrong. I think this is a problem for our next unit. Well, let's see what happens when I factor out a cosine, because I really think this is one for our next unit, not for this unit. Cosine theta minus 2 sine theta. All right. This actually is a problem for my next unit. So what I'm going to do is I don't think this squared is supposed to be here for this unit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to erase. And we're going to go back to the drawing board with this problem. And what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of this 2. So you got cosine theta minus 2 sine theta cosine theta. So same rules apply. Thank you, Mrs. Bryan. We're going to take out the cosine theta. You're going to see how this changes the problem slightly. Next part, or later in this unit, we're going to be able to do something different with that. When we start talking about identities and the Pythagorean theorem with sine and cosine, what are they, crazy? We're taking out the cosine. We're left with 1 minus 2 sine theta. That's the way this problem was supposed to be done. So I'm ready to set each one of them equal to 0. Cosine theta equals 0. And let's see. This gives me, 1 equals 2 sine theta. You all see what I did? I just brought the sine theta over. Divide by 2, I get 1/2 equals sine theta. Now, let's see. Sine is positive in this quadrant and this quadrant. So, and sine of 1/2, sine equals 1/2 at 60 degrees. So my answers are, for this side, it's 0. Oh, wait, maybe I should draw my picture. It's the first time I've had a 0. It's 0 at 90 and 270. So I get 90 degrees and 270 degrees from this side. And from this side, I get 60 degrees in the first quadrant. And in the second quadrant, I get 120 degrees. All right. Sorry about that little square there. I'm going to see if I can take that out before. You won't have it in yours because I haven't printed these yet. And when I print, if I can remember, I will take it out. I probably should do that right now. Hold on, it's right here. All right, real quick. I don't know why it's there. That's so weird. So, you guys get to see the magic of how these are made. Backspace, backspace. Ooh, don't delete the whole thing. Please don't delete the whole thing. All right, I'll fix it later. Because right now it's all messed up. All right. So you won't see the magic. I know you're this up. Let's set this equal to 0. It is a quadratic. Anytime we get a quadratic, we set them equal to 0. 7 cosine squared theta minus 5 cosine theta minus 2 equals 0. Factoring here looks really complicated. It's got to be 7 cosine theta and cosine theta. And we have to get to multiply to a -2 that adds up to a -5. And don't you dare tell me nothing multiplies to -2 that adds up to -5 or whatever the heck I just said. 2 goes here, the 1 goes here, because this gives me 7 on the outside and 2 on the inside. I want a -7 and a +2, because that would be -7 and +2. That adds up to 5. So this one gives me cosine theta equals -2/7. This one gives me cosine theta equals 1. This side's easy. The other side, I'm going to have to go over to my calculator and do inverse cosine of 2/7. So inverse cosine of 2 divided by 7 equals 73.39. The direction said round to the nearest integer. We'll just bust that out and make that 73. So 73 degrees. Alrighty, so 73 degrees. Now, cosine is negative in the second quadrant and third quadrant, over here off to the left. So I'm going to subtract from 180 and add to 180. So my answers are 0 for the right side. This gives me 0 over here. And then 180 minus 73 is 107 degrees. And 180 plus 73 degrees is 253 degrees. 3 problems left. 3 problems left. Let's set it equal to 0. It's 4 cosine squared theta minus. Why do I have 1? That doesn't make sense. It seems odd. I don't know. I'm going to take that 1 out. You probably won't have that 1 there because I will probably have fixed it by then. Cosine theta. Bringing the 3 over, -3 equals 0. I know what happened. There was another number there, and I made a note to change it to 1, but I forgot to tell myself to change it. So, how about we go, I see a 4, I see a 3 here, and I know 4 and 1 would make 3, so I'm just going to try 4 cosine theta and cosine theta. Let's see, if I put the 3 here, that would give me 12. That's not going to work. Let's put the 3 here and the 1 here, because this would give me 4 on the outside, 3 on the inside. We need a -4, so we'll do this. This gives me 4 cosine theta plus 3 equals 0. This one gives me cosine theta minus 1 equals 0. Just showing you all the fantastic steps. No, I'm not. I'm not going to show them all to you. This one gives me cosine theta equals -3/4. And this one gives me cosine theta equals 1. Cosine is negative, again, in the second and third quadrants. Little pep me up. So come over here to my calculator, and I'll do inverse cosine of 3 divided by 4. And I get 41.4. Well, then that's just 41. So theta equals 41 degrees. Be careful with rounding. Some of you all not good at rounding. I'm not sure why. So cosine's equal to 1 at 0 degrees. We're not going to include 360 today. And I got to subtract from 180. So that's this angle. Subtract from 180. So that gives me 139. Excuse me, a little burpage. My Brugger's coffee is making me burp today. And let's do 180 plus 41. That would be 221 degrees. Moving on down. Oh, this one scares me. I'm scared. Scared of cat. Scared of Meister. Scared of everything. Dad, you still awake? Thanks for coming in today, Dad. The kids really appreciate it. It's like having me there, but grayer and older. Okay, I was kidding. It's not that much older. I'm getting old. But what keeps me young is my Brugger's. Jeez, it's getting old. What do you think, guys? What do you think? Let me see who I'm going to call on. Let's see. Somebody that talks a lot in class. Pegs! Yo, Pegs. You way back there. Pegs. Yo, Pegs. Come on, seriously. Pegs, wake up. What we got here, man? What we got here, man? What do you got here? Take out the cosine? You're amazing. Take out the cosine. So we'll take out the cosine theta. And we're left with 5 cosine theta plus 4 equals 0. I'm already done with the factoring, because that one over here scares me. But we're going to be over in this one. This one gives me cosine theta equals 0. And this one gives me cosine theta equals negative 4 over 5. This one I'm going to draw my picture for. It's 0 at 90 and 270. And this one I got to come over to my calculator, so we'll do a little inverse trig, little inverse cosine of, I forgot what it was, 4/5. 4 divided by 5 equals, that's 37 degrees, my rounding friends. If we round to the nearest integer, 37 degrees. So let's see, remind myself, cosine is negative. Oh my gosh, why do I keep picking those? I should have changed that. Alright, so on this side I get 90 degrees and 270 degrees. And on this side, 180 minus 37, which would be 143 degrees. And then 180 plus 37, which I think is 217 degrees. Alright, final problem. Last problem of the day. Then you guys get to work. If I can find my mouse. There it is. Alright. Looks a little scary. Want a little extra room. Alright, so factor out a cosine. That's exactly where I would start. Let me get a different color. Something fun. How about black? A little thin black color. So we'll take out cosine theta. And we're left with 15 cosine squared theta minus 17 cosine theta plus 4 equals 0. Huh? What? Cosine theta. Come on. It's 15. Do you think I really would use 15 and 1? Probably not. Let's start with 5 cosine theta and 3 cosine theta. They have to multiply to a positive and they have to add up to a negative, so I know they have to both be negative. Probably going to be 2 and 2. Let's check. 2 and 2. This is 10 and this is 6. Not going to work. That makes me mad. So now I got to erase. All right. Erase too much. So let's put this back. So now it's going to have to be 4 and 1. Ah, there it is. There's 20 and 3. Outsides make 20. Insides make 3. And I screwed up this problem. I'm ashamed to say. Because it was supposed to be 20 and 3. I knew it was supposed to be this, but I forgot to change this. I was looking at it earlier. I should have known it before we even started it. This is supposed to be a... Oh, no. This is right. So that doesn't work, right? That doesn't work. You're like, oh, that definitely works because we got 20 and 3 and that's 17. I know exactly why I picked this problem. That's, you're like, oh, yeah, that's it. Wait, no, that doesn't work. I was trying to remember what I did last night. So that didn't work. Doggone it. So then I got to go, well, either Mr. Krause is an idiot, which clearly could have happened, or there has to be another solution. And the only other way we could do this is put the 4 here, and let's put the 1 here. Let's see if this works. 12 and 5. 17. There it is. All right. So I specifically put that one in there. I love this problem. I've used it in the past to annoy students, and it kind of annoyed me there for a second. I completely forgot I did this. So there we go. There's my solutions. Or excuse me, there's my factoring. Now I got to do my work. So cosine theta equals 0. This one's going to be cosine theta equals positive 4/5. This one's going to give me cosine theta equals positive 1/3. This one yields 2 in the first quadrant. This one yields 2 in the first quadrant, or first and fourth. And then this one I'm going to draw my quick picture. And I can just look to the left. I did it over there. 90 and 270. Now we got to do 4/5, but I think I did 4/5 over here, 37 degrees. So let's avoid that issue. Let's just go 37 degrees. And then we'll just do 1/3. I think I did 1/3 earlier too, but it doesn't matter. We'll do the inverse cosine of 1 divided by 3. 1 divided by 3 equals 71. Yeah, I definitely did this earlier. Cosine theta equals 71 degrees. All right, so let's get rocking and rolling. We got 6 answers here. We're going to go 90 and 270. Uh-oh. Every time I get to the end of a video, it starts to do this. All right, 90 and 270. 37. Wait, yeah, in the first quadrant. And in the fourth quadrant, remember, we're going to take 360 and subtract 37. That would be 323 degrees. Then we're going to do 71. And in the fourth quadrant, we're going to subtract from 360. I think we did this already. I think it's 289. And that is it. Hey, old man, I'm done. Time for you to get up, go on over there, pick up the homework assignment, pass it out to the pupils. You have 10 questions for homework. Good luck. I'm sorry I wasn't there. I will see you all on Friday. 10 problems till Friday? Get your spiral done too. You should have your spiral done as well. I will be after school. I have no idea. I should have... Wait, it's up on the board. I'll bet it's up on the board. Go look on the board. I'll be after school someday. Not today, because I'm out in Bosie's. I'm going to be out next week, too. So I got to do this video thing again next week. Actually, we might test next week. Maybe not. Not sure. All right, guys. Toodles. Goodbye. 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 Oh, thank God. I can't stand that class. Oh, if I had to talk to that class one more minute, I don't know what I would do. Oh, crap. The video's back on. Oh, I didn't really mean that. I really like you guys. You're not annoying or anything. Well, except for maybe one of you over there somewhere. But, okay. Goodbye. Goodbye.